I'd like to now introduce our student speaker for the night, Mileyda Lopez Figueroa.
Paduxi Minya. Ven, siéntate aquí. I understood almost everything my great-grandfather said, except the word that mattered most. My mother brushed him aside and said he was just a crazy old man when I asked her what Paduxi meant. Still, that never stopped my great-grandfather from telling me stories in secret. I grew up in Immokalee, Florida, a migrant farm community of flat fields that stretched for miles, where my family worked long and brutal hours under the relentless sun. Life often felt chaotic. I lived in a 4-bedroom household with 4 different families, surrounded by noise and constant motion. The pressure of being the oldest and primary caregiver felt tremendous, a reminder that my future would not come easily. One summer morning, my brother told my father he didn't want to go to college. My father didn't argue. Instead, he grabbed my siblings and I and took us to the tomato fields. He handed us gloves and showed us the reality of working bent over for hours, our backs cramped with every reach, and our legs ached as we pushed against the uneven rows. It was his way of showing us we had a choice: pursue an education or return to the fields every day. My parents separated when I was 5 years old. I remember being left behind by my mother, not understanding why she had to leave, making me feel like I had to fend for myself. One evening, I climbed onto my great-grandfather's lap, his clothes carrying the smell of earth and smoke. He smiled like he had been waiting for me and patted his knee, saying, "Ah, mija, I knew you would come back to learn more." His voice would sink into Zapotec, an indigenous language from southern Mexico. His voice was slow and steady, and though I didn't understand every word, I felt their weight. He told a story about a boy who left his village to find the stars. To reach them, the boy had to climb a steep and dangerous mountain. Most people gave up before they even began. I pictured him stumbling on the rocks, tired, but still pushing forward, carrying the hopes of his village with every step. I later learned my mother had me at 18, and at 23, she realized she had to face her mountain and discover who she wanted to be. She returned to my life when I was 10, maturing along the way and bringing my stepdad into the picture. Just like the boy, just like my mom, I was facing my own mountain. After my father remarried, my stepmother made it clear education wasn't important to her. I didn't want to live where learning came second, so I stood up for myself. My mom and stepdad gave me the confidence to believe in myself and put my values first. That choice led to a fight with my father, and I was disowned. Like that boy, I stumbled hard, unsure if I could continue, but I kept moving forward anyway. I learned that real strength doesn't come from comfort and safety, but from facing the steepest part of the mountain and choosing to climb anyway. Most of all, I learned that independence is about being alone. It is about trusting yourself enough to take the next step. Every small victory, every tear, every moment I refused to turn back helped me reach higher. I learned that some steps can also be taken with the help from others. That's when I discovered the Tutor Corps program. When I was accepted into the Guadalupe Center Tutor Corps, I was ecstatic, not just because my dream of college was finally starting to feel real, but because I can now be the role model I once looked up to. Working as a tutor pushed me to grow in both responsibility and leadership, but the best part was always the kids themselves. Tutor Corps did not just help me figure out my path to college, it helped me grow into the person I am today. I was connected to my mentor, BJ Hess, who has become family. She has been there to cheer me on through both the little wins and the big milestones. She looks at me and says I am her granddaughter, something I enjoy hearing each and every time. Tutor Corps gave me the stepping stones that made my climb easier. They even gave me a glimpse of the peak of the mountain, the opportunity to see what college life could be like outside of home. During the summer of my junior year, I visited St. Mary's College in Indiana and instantly fell in love with the idea of exploring a new world beyond Immokalee. They told me something I would never forget. The world isn't just Florida, a casual and factual statement, but one that broke my glass ceiling. The world isn't just Florida. Now, I am committed to study biology on the pre-med track at Wesleyan University in Connecticut, where I have been offered a 4-year scholarship valued at $400,000. I plan to return to Immokalee and provide care that understands the cultural and social challenges patients face. I have learned that Paduxi means not only hello, but also goodbye, that every ending carries the promise to a new beginning. The people who raised me taught me various lessons that I would like to tell my peers tonight. Reach for the stars, dream boldly, and come back down ready to lift others as you climb. In holding both the lessons of your past and the hopes you carry for your future, you have found your direction, your purpose, and the courage to keep climbing higher than you ever imagined. The mountain is still there, but now you and I know we can all be among the stars. Thank you, Paduxi.